Good evening and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin and I am the Dream Decipherer, and I help you to crack the code of your sleep and dreams so you can sleep sound and dream deep. This evening's offering is involves a recurring dream. So we'll get right into it and find out what this recurring dream was trying to tell the dreamer. But before I get into the actual dream, I need to situate the dream in context. This dreamer was taught French and Spanish at university level for some 30 years and up until about 3 years ago. And that's exactly when these recurring dreams began. The dreamer also reported to me that during this time, during these years of working at university level, she was very shy, very depressed, and suffering with various eating disorders while she was there. The dreamer also reported some sleep issues, which we dealt with separately. But these health issues could be actually impacting her dreams. So we had to look, but we looked at that separately. Now, let's look at the dream itself. As I said, it's a recurring dream. So it's a dream that kept, like Groundhog Day, just kept repeating for the last 2 to 3 years. And the dreamer reports that she dreams or dreamt that she would had returned to her old university job with the same colleagues as in the past, to study French, which she actually teaches, but doesn't actually attend university or attend the course. Although the dreamer believed that this second time around would be better than the first time when she was there. And the dream ends there. An additional bit of information is that since lockdown, the dreamer had started an online tutoring service in French and Spanish, which she actually enjoys, even though it was less financially secure and than being a tenured professor at university. So we looked at some of the things that came up, and some of the issues that came up for the dreamer as we looked at the dream was work life balance. And did the dreamer really want to return to a university environment to teach again? Even though there was more money and had more stability, there was a lot more stress that went along with it. So that was an issue for her to really sit with and consider. There were also fears being expressed in the dream about repeating the past. The dreamer reported that the colleagues never noticed or understood that she was suffering with eating disorders and she was very depressed. And the fear here was whether that they would continue to be oblivious, in a sense, to her discomfort and pain. But when we looked at a little bit deeper into this, the dreamer actually admitted that she never reached out to anyone at university to in the past in order to receive support of some kind to ease her distress. And that led to a discussion around the issue of forgiveness, which seemed to be indicated, and the dreamer actually agreed that she had to not only forgive herself for not asking for help, for not reaching out, but also to forgive her colleagues for just being unaware, but then they hadn't been told, so how could they have known? It's a double-edged sword there. But if we when we looked at the different connections that were had possibly been indicated by this repetitive dream, the dreamer realized that she's at a crossroads. And the question is, did she really want to return to university life, possibly to face the same issues as before, i.e., isolation, distress, having an eating disorder of some kind. And whether this stability and tenure of the university job and the was actually worth the politicking and stress that comes along with the position. So basically, the dreamer's unconscious was posing a dilemma for her, or framing a dilemma for her, as what does this return or impossible return actually represent for the dreamer? Is it repeating the mistakes of the past, or a new beginning based on the person that she is now rather than looking to the past? The dreamer, as we had this conversation, came to understand that she's not the same person that she was during this 30-year tenure as a university professor, and that it was necessary not just to uh, go with her heart, but to look with her head, to think with her head, in order to be made to make an informed decision either way with regard to returning to her old job. So the dreamer realized that she had to sit with this matter and actually uh, deal with it to see what action resonated the most with her, either independence and making less money, even though she's doing something that she loves, with less stress, or make the money, increase the stress, deal with the with the office politics, and possibly, maybe, unaware colleagues that aren't picking up on any distress she might be feeling. But in the end, the dreamer realized that healing her feelings with regard to her past was actually the key to her being able to make a decision and move forward into the future. So there you have it. There's a dream that was constantly kind of knocking at the door for the dreamer, to get her to look at something that she had been mulling over for some time, but hadn't really articulated with consciously or cognitively with her head, rather than dealing with the emotions that were tied to the issue. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Have a great evening and rest of the week. And I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.